Hey everyone, Matt here from Native Instruments, and today we're going to check out the Play Series instrument, Cloud Supply. Cloud Supply is a specialized instrument for hazy trap hooks and smoke-soaked atmospherics. It's dripping with beat-ready hybrid keys, wavy pads, plucks, bells, and sequences, all refined through analog studio gear and high-end processing. Explore 150 presets of melodic fire for trap, hip-hop, drill, and grime. First, let's check out a few presets. To select a preset, click the drop-down menu in Cloud Supply's main window. Okay, I already have some drums created in Ableton. Let's check out Cloud Supply and see how we can incorporate it in our track. With an instance of Cloud Supply open, I'm going to go to Leads and select a preset. This one's really cool because it plays a sequence. Let's actually jump over to the sequence editor. Within the editor, you can quickly generate ideas with a flexible 16-step sequencer. You can also modulate up to 6 assignable macros such as filters and distortions. All the parameters are right in front of you, and it's really easy to make changes. For this sound, I actually want to change the root key to E and set it to minor. This is going to ensure that the arpeggiated notes play in the right key. Let's go ahead and record a melody. We got that in there, now I want to arrange it a bit. First thing I'm going to do is quantize it, and then I'm going to work from the backwards approach. So I'm going to take this slightly more complex melody and put it at the end of my track. Then I'm going to simplify it by removing the higher octave notes in the intro. Let's get back to the main page of Cloud Supply. This interface is designed to help you focus on playing. You can quickly change your sound source by selecting the waveform of A and B. You also have these 6 assignable macro knobs at the bottom for easy tweaks. Let's dive into layer A and change the sample to see how we can manipulate the sound. You have all these pages up top that you can flip through with different samples. Let's try a few. This one sounds good. I'm going to select it, and now let's check out the macro editor. The macro editor makes it super easy to assign macro controls, control parameter ranges, change macro mappings, and create your own custom controls from one dedicated page. You can click this little arrow and it'll actually take you to the parameter that's assigned to the macro. Assigning a macro is even easier. You click the colored dot above the macro and then you click on the parameter that you want to change. Once you do this, a pop-up will appear with how much of the control you'd like to assign. For this sound, let's actually turn down the cutoff just a bit and see how that sounds. I'm really liking how this is sounding. Let's add another instance of Cloud Supply and see what else we can layer in. Before I select the sound I want, you also have the option to click the Randomize button in the bottom right corner. This randomizes both sound sources A and B as well as all the macro knobs and effects. Let's check it out. For this next part, I've unmuted my 808. I want to find an organ and manipulate it with some modulation. Well, this is already sounding pretty cool. Let's head over to the effects page and adjust some parameters. The parameter page lays out all the controls within an effect. You can change effects by clicking the drop-down menu and selecting a different one. You can also change the order of the effects by dragging them left and right. For this sound, I want to adjust some of the reverb settings. We'll turn up the time and the size, and also the overall amount of the effect. I also want to adjust the cutoff, so I'm going to go down to the macro knobs and turn it down slightly. Now that it's soaked in reverb, let's head over to the sound editor page. This lets you modify the individual sound sources of A and B. Gives you access to tuning, filters, panning, envelopes, and modulation. What I want to do is add an LFO to the volume of sound source B. So if I click on LFO 1, you're going to see a slider appear next to volume. This is the amount of the LFO and in which direction. I'll turn it to 100%, then let's see how this sounds. So you can see how it's already manipulating the sound. I'm going to change the waveform. I'll click this note icon to sync it to a division, change this to eighth notes, and then click RT so it'll re-trigger every time I hit a key. That's sounding great. What's really cool about this is these modulation settings are per sound source. So if I go to A, you can see it doesn't have any of the modulation I set on B. Really gives you maximum flexibility. Let's go ahead and record this in our track. Perfect. I'm just going to quickly quantize this, shorten the note lengths, and double it so it goes through the whole end of my track. The LFO on that organ really gives this part some nice movement. Let's go ahead and unmute my drums and play it back from the top. And that's Cloud Supply. Check it out today at nativeinstruments.com or get it as part of the Complete Now bundle. Be sure to check out the rest of the plugin walkthrough videos to see what comes with Complete Now and how you can make most of all the included sounds.